The focus of today's practice is processing difficult emotions. One of the tenets I live by is that healing happens in relationship. And in this practice, we will be addressing the mind's relationship with the body. But healing happens in relationship has broader application as well. And processing difficult emotions as a social being is often best processed through the presence of another individual who can listen and care. Whether it's a friend or a mental health professional, I encourage you not to go through this alone. To bring this practice and your intention for processing and coming to healthy resolution and the energy to behave in ways that affect change in the areas you care about. This is best done as a community effort. But tending to the community that lives in our own organism, I invite you to begin by turning the focus of your attention to the feeling state of the body. And while this can be difficult if we have so many thoughts that are frustrating and captivating, each of those thoughts has a corresponding area in the body. The brain is not a digestive organ. Just like the mouth chews things for a while and then lets them drop into the body for processing, we are dropping our thoughts into the body, recognizing them within the body, so that the body can begin to process them. These organisms are millions of years old, and they know how to process a broad array of human experience. And difficult emotions have been part of our reality all throughout our history. So when we encounter a difficult emotion, you can ask it, where does this show up in the body? And turn your attention to the feeling state and what allows itself to be known there. It may show up in multiple areas at once. A clenched jaw, a hollowness in the heart, a brick in the stomach, tension in the quadriceps, any other number of aspects of the body, feelings that are unpleasant. But by noticing them, you can begin to tend to them, mostly with your attention and your care. You may notice that the breath seems to not get to that area of the body or those areas. So what we're going to do is select one area and bring the breath to it. And that clenched area may not care for meeting the breath. And that's okay. But we bring the breath as close to it as doesn't aggravate it further. And just like a mother caresses a child, Let the breath sit at the edges of our pain. And let that pain know that it's seen and it's cared for and it's being tended. The breath doesn't force itself, but it makes itself available to be in relationship, to extend care. And because we're addressing the physical discomforts one by one, well, together they represent a picture that is too much to bear. Individually, we might start to feel a little looseness, a little willingness to accept the space the breath offers. And as that begins, we take several breaths and let that space know that our care and attention is not going away. But that care and attention is part of who we are. And we bring that renewed sense of self and self-care to the next space. With the same respect and the same willingness and the same tenderness. That the breath is going to pay attention and work to soothe this area of the body as well. And so we move throughout our body. And when our difficult emotions come back into our head and perhaps carry our attention away, we notice and say, "Yes, I hear you. Where do you live?" And allow it to direct your attention back to your body so that you may direct your breath to a caring, tender, respectful acknowledgement of that space, a willingness to receive attention, a willingness to be available, to bring space into that tension, as that tension trusts the patience and tenderness we're trying to meet it with. Our bodies digest, experience, and emotion just like they digest food. And when we allow the difficulties of our emotions to move into our bodies, we begin the processing that allows us not just to extract the nutrients, but also to receive the energy to meet the circumstances that cause the discomfort. Stillness leads to action, and the kind of action that stillness leads to is processed and digested, grounded, and oftentimes more effective than the action that comes from an overactive mental processing. This process can be done ad hoc when we notice our mind is carried away. We can say, I hear you. Where does this live in the body? And then use the breath to meet that area of contraction. As many as there are. It's not something you can necessarily finish in one sitting session, but this willingness to meet our areas of discomfort, inform and model our ability to meet the difficulties in life with care and tenderness and willingness, so that we can bring ourselves digested, energized to the task of engaging with the world and creating the world as we hope to see it. Thank you.